So let's start with President Trump, though. NBC News poll on direction of the country. November of 2024, election month, that was 27% thought it was headed the right direction. Now it's 44%. It is a stunning increase in just a few months. It's a big deal. And NBC notes that he has three numbers at an all-time high in their polling. The right direction number, his approval rating, which is at 47% in NBC, and his personal favorability. All three metrics, President Trump has hit a record high, and that right direction number is pretty hard to shift. So this is America saying, we're behind this. Yes, we're still jittery about inflation. There's some apprehension there. But I mean, when you dig down into the nuts and bolts, 56% think he's making good change on immigration. Who would have said 8 years ago that the person who's saying, I want to build the wall and deport immigrants, would have 56% approval? The country has changed, and they've changed in line with President Trump.
So on Doge, too, the NBC poll found 46 to 40%, 13% undecided that they support what's happening so far with the government.
With Doge, you said?
With Doge.
So with Doge, yes, there was this bifurcation where in principle, and we see this in almost every poll, and NBC as well, in principle, people support Doge. In practice, it's underwater by about 6-7 points. So I think that's where the PR is hugely important. Elon Musk continuing to put out the examples of hamsters in cages running and the spending he's cut and all the nonsense examples of government spending we've seen can help that in practice number come up to meet the number in principle, because a plurality support President Trump on cutting spending. We see that in the poll. It's Doge specifically. The other thing that happened this weekend is that Chuck Schumer, the leader of the Democrats on the Senate side, found himself as public enemy #1. Here's the Wall Street Journal Ed Board, though, saying that Chuck Schumer's finest hour, that Democrats are furious because he saved them from being responsible for a futile government shutdown. But boy, they are mad. They are very mad. And, you have Hakeem Jeffries. How often do you see the two titular heads of the Democrat Party so at odds? And very much you see that here. There's this really interesting tension going on in the Democratic Party where broadly you see people saying, and in the NBC poll, hey, you're too critical of Trump. But when you dig down to Democratic voters specifically, to the tune of 57% in the CNN poll, 65% in NBC, they want to fight. They want to see their party fighting. So you have the base, probably the crowd that supports the biological men and women's sports, some of the anti-Israel protests. That crowd wants a fight, and that is your base. But you win that group, and you ostracize the vast majority of voters.
So I don't know how you recover from this. Trump drives so much of this every day. It almost, to me, it feels like Democrats are always playing catch up. Yeah. Do you have to wait until a midterm election, more than a year and a half away, in order to catch the leader? Because the leader's doing it right now.
Well, you have people trying to do creative things, like Gavin Newsom with the podcast. It's really fascinating. He's talking to these Republican figures. He's out there, but then I see data that says he's actually tanking in the polling because he's losing some of his base. So you find this tension where you need a Barack Obama, plain and simple. You need someone who can win progressives, appeal to the vast majority. You need a leader of the party. But how do you find that when you have such an entrenched base? I think Gavin Newsom's probably the best example of someone trying to do it. Whether he'll be successful, the data is really premature. But nobody's doing the thing that would really make a difference, which is to fully break from the Bidens and say it was wrong to cover it up and say that he was capable of being president for the next 4 years. I have my money on Gavin Newsom doing that. I really do. I would give it 6 months, but I think you'll see him make that break in the same way he did on
So history tells us that leadership is only forged under pressure of an election. And that's when you really start to separate yourself from the rest of the party. And that election's a long way away.
Yeah.
Long time. I mean, Barack Obama was real. Barack Obama did not meet the moment until he went up against Hillary Clinton. And that lasted 11 months. And the data coming out of the congressional districts is not good. The data that was put before Democrats in Leesburg, Virginia at their retreats was not good. It shows they're on a perilous path, and they've got less than a year to fix it. We're really going to be seriously talking midterms here in about a year. Thank you, Kayleigh. Nice to start a week with you.
So you have a great day to be here.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.